Hey everybody, I didn't get to do an unboxing video like I wanted, so we're just going to do a little showcasing of the new fish I got. They're in this tank right here. These are the Santa Claus Guppies. I got 3 pairs. I got these from Phil over at Tamed Waters. He's got Facebook, Instagram that I'll link. But these guys are awesome. So one of my favorite strains, some of you guys who've been following for a while know that I tried working with this strain once before and didn't really have luck with these guys breeding true at all. So from what I understand, these guys were originally imports, so Phil does a lot of importing of really nice guppies and different fish. Prides himself on the quality. I've ordered from him a couple times, so I know that he's got really good quality fish all the time. And he actually sold them to somebody who bred a bunch for him, and he bought them back. So these are babies that were born and raised here in the US. So that's the ideal situation when you're buying guppies, especially these fancy strains. A lot of them are imported from other countries, usually Thailand or Singapore. Then we struggle with trying to keep them here in the US. So with these guys being born in the US, they are solid. I've had these guys for about a week now. The quality on them is amazing. Swimming quality is really great. These males look super cool. If I can focus in on them. The colors on the males are awesome. And they all look the same, just about the same. Some of them have, one of the males has the nice white tips on the end. I might breed for that. And then the females look completely different, but are really cool as well. So they've got the white tails, and it the color kind of goes on the back there. So I think they're both really good looking fish. We've got one of my long fin Plecos here, Bristlenose Plecos. Ones with the white tips right in the front here. Kind of got them both quarantining together in this tank. This is just some floating water Sprite that I let go crazy. Not only is it going to absorb all the excess nitrates from the heavy feeding that I'm doing in here, it's going to protect all the new babies and all the cover there. And just so I could show you guys the difference between guppies bred here in the US and fresh imports, I do have my line of red rosetail guppies. So I originally got 2 trios, and those were direct imports. So this big female is one of those fish. Only had them for a couple months, and you could see how many fry I have in here, and kind of the condition that the female is in. There's another one that's not doing as well, but like they're barely getting by in my water. Probably because they were raised in some kind of brackish water. That's usually what they do. Let's see if I can find the other female. Yeah, she's just hanging up here. This is all she does all the time. You can see they're probably full of fry, but she's got even more of a bent spine now. But you can see the babies in here are doing just fine. They're born here in my water, raised in my water. So they're doing fine, but the risk you run when you get these fish, they look super pretty. They give you really good looking fish, but then they end up crashing on you. So I lost the males instantly, lost 2 of the females, and out of all those, I got a couple fry out of them that I'm hoping will be male, female, and grow up, and I can start working with the line. Is usually what I do, is I get multiple generations in my water, and then I can start, making them available on the website. So it's a lot more work, a lot more of a challenge, and you can just see the difference in how the big female is swimming compared to the Santa Claus Guppies. Now they don't have as big of a tail, they're not as, not as old as that female, but these guys I'm very confident I'll have for a long time as I get more and more fry in multiple generations. And fun thing in here, I've got my super red Bristlenose Plecos. having babies in here, so obviously I missed the time to pull that cave there. I think there's the female right over there. And while we're looking at babies, we've got my, pardon the algae on the glass, my pearl scale blue marble angelfish. I just put this slate in yesterday, and there's already wiggling fry on the slate. It's blocking it. So these guys must have laid eggs somewhere else in the tank. You can kind of see there's, I don't know where, maybe in the back. And then once I put the slate in, they must have moved the babies over to the slate, because there's no way that's one day of babies. We've also got this giant longfin bristlenose male showing off for us. He wants food. You kind of see the difference in these lines. No white tips, body color is a little different. Still super cool. Needs a much bigger Pleco cave. And this is the new line I'm working with. Just so you can see the difference. Definitely going to continue with both lines, but this line is actually like really, really cool. I haven't seen that before. And just to finish up this video, kind of became comparing guppy types, imports versus non-imports. These are the bluegrass big dorsal strain of guppy. These are ones that I got not direct imports. Someone imported them and was working with them, got them a couple generations in water in the US. These guys came from Texas. Water's a little bit different in Texas than it is here in New Jersey, but these still exploded in here. There are a lot of factors that go into guppy colonies exploding, like cover, amount of food, all those things. But a huge factor, and a lot of times people don't realize, is where you get them from. And on eBay, there's a ton of guppies that look really, really nice, but they're usually transshipped. So they're buying them from someone else in another country, they're holding them for a little bit, then they're flipping them over to you, direct. And that's where you got to be really careful with imports, who you're importing from. Alright, so once again, a big thank you to Phil over at Tamed Waters. Check out Tamed Waters on Instagram, Facebook. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.